Hello and welcome to Mission Alive again and back to Millen Bay. Some time ago I told you stories about the island of Woodlark in Millen Bay province, a very isolated island. Most of the people on the island are either traditional religion or United Church, but there are a handful of Catholics. A young sister, PNG Sister Anastasia, and I went there to give the community building course in two communities. We were to leave Alatau by a small boat at midnight. Sisters dropped us at the boat about 10 o'clock and we waited till midnight. But at midnight, the leader of the boat hadn't arrived. So we eventually set off at 1 o'clock in the morning. The first couple of hours were very good, but when we reached Normanby Island and the big sea, it was really rough. All night, all next day, all the next night, and part of the next morning. And in the morning we got behind some islands and so were sheltered, and eventually we arrived at Woodlark Island. The people were not expecting us. I had tried to contact them, but I was unable to do so. When we arrived at the jetty, there was a man on the jetty who happened to be the uncle of Sister Anastasia, which was really a very big surprise. Only trouble was he got on the boat to go to Alatau. The church leader and his wife welcomed us, and it had been a very, very rough trip. There were 3 mothers on the boat with brand new babies, and one of the mothers was very, very sick. In the end, Sister Anastasia took the baby and fed it water. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't have survived because the mother was too sick to care for it. The church leader welcomed us, and he had been out fishing. He had some fish smoking over a low fire, so we had some coffee and fish. I remember that my pillow was soaking wet, and so it was emptied out to dry over the next few days. When we first got there, we had to go around to the very few Catholics to let them know what was going on, and we arranged for the course to start. It is a 2-week course. So we had 1 week, and then we had to stop for the next week because it was time for the grade 6 external exams, and I was asked to invigilate the exam. I remember it was in a very, very, very hot room. I don't know how the students managed it all. Then the following week we did the 2nd week of our course, and in between times we put hymns or mass parts into the local language and tried to sing them. After the 2 weeks, we had to wait again until another boat arrived. We didn't know when. Eventually one arrived and we went down to the other end of the island, which was about 4 hours away, to Guasopa, the government station, and a small village called Kutuniel, where we stayed with the Catholic family there. It was the only local Catholic family, but there were some Catholics at the government station. So we visited people and planned to have the course, and eventually we had it on the beach for the 2 weeks. After that, again we had to wait for a boat to go to Alatau. Eventually one called in, but it wasn't going directly to Alatau. It was going all over the place, and as the weather was very rough, we decided not to get that one. So we waited and waited again, and at last a boat came, and we arrived home in Alatau in time for Christmas. God bless for now.
Press the lid button.